Welcome to another edition of the Trey and Cruz Show, live here in the studio at WFNU.org. Welcome to another edition of the Trey and Cruz Show, live here in the studio. Today we're going to be speaking with Lou Anaya. This is the 3-year-old girl who was left on Highway 35 about 2 or 3 days ago, I believe, and we'll also be speaking with her. Hey, Anaya, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good to see you. You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. Glad you're here. You ready to talk for a little bit? Okay. How old are you?
How old are you?
3 years old.
Okay. You doing okay today? Good. All right. Glad you came on the radio with us today. Is Maurice there?
Yeah.
Okay. How you
doing?
guys doing?
Doing okay. Ever since the incident, we ain't had no really where to stay, so we've been trying to make stuff work out because people playing with my daughter's life, and I don't find that no funny, no games. I don't care if you like kids or not. You should never put another kid in danger like that. On the side of
Exactly.
the road.
What can you tell us how this all started?
It all started when we were supposed to be going to the gas station to get some gas, but my daughter thought she was supposed to get out the car to go to the gas station with me to get some snacks. I'm like, no, you can't get out the car. You got to stay in the car. You're doing too much right now. Every time I go to the store, you can't go in the store with me. So then she's crying. The girl catches an attitude. The Rachel girl, she catches an attitude because I left my daughter in the car while she was crying, but I was trying to go into the gas station to get some gas. I already knew why my daughter was crying because she thought she was getting snacks out the store. And I already told her, I ain't got that right now. So I'm just going in to get some gas. So she was mad. She called an attitude. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this attitude situation. Person that wants to catch an attitude and do this and do that and say I did something wrong to you. So instead of me trying to progress the situation even farther, I just tried to walk away from the situation. So she gets to talking stuff and doing all this extra stuff and talking down on my daughter like my daughter's doing something wrong. So I'm like, let me just walk away and get a breather. I feel like my daughter should have been safe because at the end of the day, I have no problem with helping you with your kids, watching your kid. And before this month started, you had no problem with my daughter being there crying, nothing. But ever since something happened to your kids and they try to take your kids, you've been trying to bully my daughter like something's wrong with her being with her dad all the time. And I don't understand why she does that. And it's like my daughter was feeling hurt. My daughter said she was scared for her life because the cars was running fast, so she was scared. All I seen was my daughter run a car past me, and some told me to look back. And I seen my daughter running towards me. It was like, why would you put my daughter out? Then so I called her like, why would you put my daughter out the car? She was like, because she wanted her dad. So I opened up the door so she can run to her dad. So you literally open the door for a 3-year-old to run outside in traffic on the highway to get hit. Like, what if that was your child? But that's why I don't got my child. I don't care. See, that's the problem. I care about my child. I have my child 24/7, but you don't care about your child like I care about mine.
That's what she said. She didn't. She doesn't care.
Yeah, her exact words. She doesn't care.
Where were you at when
I was
she let little Anaya out?
30 feet to 45 feet on towards the highway. And from the on ramp, I was already walking up the highway because I was supposed to be getting a different ride because I didn't want to make that situation worse from what she was already trying to make it. But she turned it into a whole different situation instead of just going to the house and letting me calm down. She made the situation worse and tried to put my daughter out on the highway. And then by the time I made it home, she had threw my stuff, me and my daughter's stuff out on the road. So our stuff got took in. I didn't have no way. I'm still trying to figure a way for me and my daughter to get some stuff and make stuff happen. Like, I feel like this is really messed up what she did to me and my child. Like, this shouldn't happen to no 3-year-old, regardless of you in a good relationship or in a bad relationship. Kids don't have nothing to do with this.
exactly. Where did you have some footage you want to show us real quick?
Yeah, but the volume doesn't work. I just got the footage of when she had us walking on the ramp. Let me get it for you.
About and what day did this happen?
This happened Sunday at like 5:30, 5:30, 5:40, around that time.
And there was a lot of traffic on that. So that's like drive time right there. So that's you and Anaya walking up the
On ramp. Yep, I was already walking up the on ramp, and all of a sudden I see Anaya running up the on ramp. I'm like, what the heck? Like, why would you let my kid out the car?
so you get out the car.
I got out the car at Holiday while we was at the gas station. I walked away from Holiday. My daughter was still in the car with her at the time when I walked away from Holiday. So she got in the driver's seat and was trying to leave with my daughter. So I kept on walking. Like, okay, I'm gonna walk up this highway ramp and find me a different ride. Then next thing you know, I seen her try to bust a U-turn at the light. I'm like, what the heck is she doing? And then all of a sudden I see my daughter running up the ramp. I'm like, why would she let my daughter out the ramp? Like, that's crazy. Talking about, well, I don't care. They ain't my kid. She need to be with her parents. Her mom should have got her earlier. See, you too worried about us parents, and we do what we got to. Like, she waiting on her mom to get her, but you too mad and frustrated about nothing. Like, that's not good. Like, you scare my daughter, and that's why my daughter don't like being around you, because she say you scare her, and I feel like you might do something wrong to my daughter. You might torture her now. Now that you did that, you already scarred her trying to kick her out the car. And now, what else would you do to my daughter? Now I'm feeling like I should. The situation is bad, really bad.
So after that horrible incident happens, Lil Anaya's on 35W. How did she came back up to you, or what happened?
Yeah, she started running towards the highway to run up to me as the Rachel chick was driving past her. She was running up towards me to run towards me. And then all of a sudden she talked about, you seen her. No, I didn't see my daughter until your car passed me, and I realized my daughter wasn't in the car, and I seen her running up the on ramp already. I'm like, what the heck? Like, that is disrespectful.
So after, man, I'm glad Lil Anaya. I'm glad she's good, man. That's crazy. I can't imagine uh something like why any mother would put any child out on a highway like that, or why. So after that happens, you and Nene hook up and go there to.
No, me and Anaya finds a ride there because
Okay.
somebody seen us on the highway walking. So they like, this is dangerous. Why would she do that? And so they offers us a ride toward close to the house so we get home. I'm like, I appreciate it. I thank you so much for getting us there. It's like, if that was me, I would have never put you on the highway. I'm like, I know, I just don't understand why would she put my kid out on the highway? Like, I understand I'm an adult. It's okay if I take that risk to make it to that next exit. But my daughter, she's too young. Why would you put her out on the side of the road? She's a whole
Man.
different. She's a whole different thing. Have respect about that child.
What happened after that when you
But
wake up?
but after that, I made it home. She act like she didn't want to show up to the house. She had my car keys. I called her and said, all I need is my car keys. You already put my daughter out, so now I don't got nothing else to say to you. So all I wanted you to do is bring me my car keys. She talking about she's scared for her life. She not bringing the car keys. I'm like, how can you be scared? And my daughter more scared than you are. I'm like, what? What are you scared about? So I'm like, I'm just gonna call her mom to come and get her because this doesn't make no sense for my daughter to be sitting outside and you talk about you ain't finna come back to the house so we can get in. And my daughter talk about she gotta use the bathroom. So I called her mom and said, can you pull up to come and get my daughter? So by the time she pulled up and came and got my daughter, she like, I'm finna wait and wait to see what happens to get the rest of my daughter's stuff. I'm like, cause she got my keys, so I can't get in the house and get my daughter's stuff for you. She's like, I want my daughter's stuff. So the young lady, the Rachel chick, she pulls up and get the woofing because the police right there. She get the yelling, get the lying, get the talking about I'm doing this to her. I'm mad because she don't want to be with me, but she been trying to get rid of my daughter for the longest. She don't even like my daughter being there no more. I'm like, why is all this hostility towards my daughter about? Like, at the end of the day, you're not in a relationship with my daughter. You supposed to be in a relationship with me, but you got so much hostility against my child for what apparent reason. Like, my child ain't did nothing wrong to you. Everything who's your child, you want to seem like my child is the problem because you don't like little girls.
Here, I'm gonna play a quick clip real quick, and you guys can explain to me what's happening here.
Hello, can y'all call y'all supervisor? Call your supervisor. 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 Maurice, comply with what they saying. I'm following. I'm not going no motherfucking where. They don't want to get no badge number out because y'all wrong. And y'all know y'all wrong. Period. Call your supervisor. Y'all just let this lady leave after she just endangered the life of my motherfucking child. Call your supervisor.
That video happened after they had let her leave the scene. Because I
want to stop her. Why y'all didn't arrest that bitch?
So what's happening there?
So after that fact, they let me get some of my baby things out, and then I was trying to stop them because my baby mom had made a call against her, and they heard it over the speaker. So they talking about, no, we're already here, so don't know more officers need to come. No, she put my child in danger. So yes, they do need to come because y'all only came to assist me getting stuff out the house when technically I paid rent, so I don't have to take nothing out this house. Y'all can't force me to take nothing out this house. It's a civil matter by that case. But y'all wanted me to take stuff out the house because she said she was scared for her life. But then she told them she didn't want to stay there no more because she felt like she was scared for her life because people know where she stayed. But don't nobody really understand what that means. Don't nobody care where she stayed. Everybody cares about my daughter. Everybody just want to make sure our kids safe.
Sit still.
Stop, baby. Sit still. You heard your mom. Don't nobody care what she stayed. Everybody cares about.
So why did the police say they were arresting you?
Because they said I was jaywalking, but then they didn't have a reason to arrest me. That's why they was still holding me. They was like, because you're jaywalking, so you need to get out of the street. I'm not jaywalking, so why are y'all touching me? Stop touching me. I ain't breaking no crime. I'm trying to stop her from leaving the scene until the cops we call get here, because y'all seem like y'all only here for her. So I'm trying to wait till the cops I get called to get here. So they talking about if you don't get out the street, you're going to arrest. You're gonna get on arrest for not listening. First of all, I'm grown and y'all don't have no authority over me. I'm not committing a crime. I'm trying to stop a crime from happening. Like, y'all trying to let her leave after she didn't put my child in danger just because she says she's scared. My daughter's more scared than she is.
So you're saying you heard the call over the police scandal?
Yes.
We called more than once for a supervisor and another dispatch another squad car.
And I didn't get to see the supervisor until I got to the police station. That's when they told me I had to wait in the back of a car until a supervisor got there.
So
the car originally at first. They had me sitting in the car waiting until a supervisor got there.
You got a Band-Aid on your forehead. What happened with that?
They was trying to rough me up and throw me in the car. It was like 5 of them. They were trying to put me in the car, talk about I'm resisting. I'm not resisting because I didn't do nothing to get under arrest. So I'm holding my hands peacefully together like this. Like, I'm not resisting. I'm not struggling. I'm just holding my hands together. Y'all both holding my arm. So I'm not resisting y'all. I just want to know why y'all holding me. Why y'all touching me? Y'all have no reason to be touching me. So by that time, they wanted to try to slam me on their car because I start walking towards their car with them. But I'm like, why y'all trying to arrest me? She gone now. Y'all let her leave the scene. So why are y'all still touching me at this time? So now they talk about, well, now we're going to arrest you because you wasn't listening. I'm grown. I don't have to listen. Are y'all going to arrest the person that was just speeding off? No, y'all didn't go chase her. What if it was a kid in the middle of the street and y'all just let her speed off like that? See, y'all not following y'all duties.
Do you think it's racist? And I want to hear from all of you. Do you think it's racist the fact that she left the child on the freeway and left the 3-year-old black child in danger.
Yes,
And
I do.
that you ended up as a black man being the one getting arrested. And if the shoe was on the, and do you think the same thing would have happened if the shoe was on the other foot?
No, I don't think it would have happened like that. Like, I think it'd have been a whole different situation. I think I'd have probably been the one in trouble for leaving the kid on the highway. Like, what? You left the kid on the highway? But when it's in a different situation, when it's a black man trying to do good, it's always the black man that gets in trouble for it. It's never the other people that gets in trouble for it. Because we always, the main criminals are the main people that's doing something wrong instead of doing right. And all I be trying to do is right for me and my child.
No doubt. Nene, did you have any perspective on that?
All I can say is I find it unfair that the police did not charge her. They didn't allow us to press charges. They didn't even give us a police report because no police report was made.
Whatsoever.
I called and made my own police report, and they said that the officer had already filed a police report for that case, but we still can't find that original first police report.
So right now, what do you guys want to see happen?
I would like some justice for my daughter. I would either like her go to jail or her give us our money back so we can find somewhere to stay. Like, you've been taking me and my daughter money for the last 2 years, and now we helped you out, and now we ain't got nowhere to stay, nothing to count for because we was too busy trying to help you, and now you don't care about my child and care about her well-being.
But if this was a black person, it'd be, oh, we're wrong for putting the child out, and they would have jumped through extra hoops to make sure we were behind bars. And then on top of that, what's crazy is, so I've been sharing the link that you sent for me to put out there about the situation. Facebook has blocked me off Facebook. I'm no longer able to post on Facebook.
Wow.
I can't comment. I can't anything.
Wow. So yeah, there's some people don't want the truth to get out here. I'm glad you guys are stepping up and fighting for your daughter Anaya. She does deserve justice. That was a travesty that happened. I believe that if a black person, if the shoe was on the other foot, she would be in jail right now. And that if you was a white man, you would not have got arrested. You would be being called a hero right now. And you are a hero. You're definitely a hero for stepping up and standing up for your daughter, and both of you guys are.
Social media has been misusing information on our post. I don't know what that means. A misuse of information, right? Yeah, misuse of information. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
How is Anaya doing right now? How did that affect her?
She's off and on crying for me because she used to being with me most of the time. So now it's like she don't have no way to be with me because I don't want to have her just outside because I don't have nowhere to go right now until I can find us somewhere to go. She just got to stay kind of with her mom, but she's always crying, waking up in the middle of the night crying for me, and she's still kind of scarred getting in cars.
Yeah, she don't want to get in the car
because she got kicked out of the car, and she feel like somebody gonna kick her on the side of the road and leave her. So now she got a little scarred, and now she don't really want to leave her parents. She only want to be with the people that she know gonna keep her. Now she like, I don't want to go with nobody. She felt
like
now.
She was abandoned.
She's a brave little Anaya is a brave little girl. She was on the again. So if you're just tuning in, this is little Anaya. She was left on Highway 35W by a white woman. The white woman hasn't been arrested. The parents feel like if the shoe was on the other foot, that the woman who left her on the side of the road would have been arrested. Subsequently, the father, Maurice, was arrested by the St. Paul Police Department. He says he was a little roughed up, has a little scar on his face, but he was charged, and his daughter was sat out on the side of the road. So we want you to call down to City Hall and tell them to drop, or call to Ramsey County and tell them to drop the charges against Maurice pertaining to the incident that happened with him and his daughter on Sunday. Do you guys have a Cash App? I know you guys both are going through some situations right now. Could you put your Cash App out there for us?
Yes, I can.
What is it?
I don't know if you can see it.
You can put it in the chat too.
Okay, yep, I'll comment it down there in the chat really quickly.
And let's talk about, I know you want to see charges against her, but what about the charges against you that happened? How do you guys want to see that resolved?
I want it to be gone off my record if I can, because I did nothing wrong. But they said I was trying to stop the police from doing their job. The police job was to make sure my belongings, so-called, got out the house. But technically, I didn't have to take no belongings out the house. Only belongings I was trying to take out the house at that time was my daughter's belongings.
Okay, so I would like to say that for the officers that were involved, I feel like they violated our rights. I feel like we didn't get any of the justice that was needed. They gave us no case number, no incident card, refused to let us speak to a supervisor, refused to give us a badge and name number. At this point, I feel like they helped the criminal flee a situation. And I feel like not only should she be held accountable, but they should be held accountable as well.
And what does that look like? Do you want a apology, or what else do you think they should happen?
I want all criminal charges dropped against Maurice, and I also would like to see a public apology for how they treated us when in this situation we were the victims.
So they criminalized the victims in this incident, and this is what's been happening in America for a very long time, and that's why we're working on the St. Paul Recovery Act. If you haven't taken a survey yet, go to www.stpaulrecoveryact.com and take the reparations survey today. We're here talking with Maurice and Nene and their daughter Anaya. Little Anaya was set out on Highway 35W by a white woman on, I believe, Sunday night.
Yes, September 19th at around 5:30 p.m.
She was not in that incident. That woman was not arrested, and Maurice was arrested, but his daughter was set out on the side of the road. He's been paying rent at the place with the woman that set his daughter out on the side of the road, and now him and his daughter are without shelter and without housing. So if there's anybody out there with some resources that can help Maurice, Anaya, and Nene help get them some shelter and get them some housing, please contact them. Is there a way people can contact you if they have some resources that can help?
They can contact us through Facebook. My Facebook is Nene, Nae, or they can also contact us through Gmail. My Gmail account is Jones, JONES, NAE 239 @gmail.com, and I'll also put it in the link.
Yeah, you guys have a beautiful, powerful, bright, intelligent young daughter. What happened to her she did not deserve for that to happen to her. And Maurice did not deserve to be arrested. So we want you guys to keep coming back and keeping us updated about what happened.
Is there a way that I could answer a few of these questions? Because I see a couple of people just asking, that just came in and asking what happened. What happened was a white lady by the name of Rachel left our 3-year-old daughter, Anaya, on the side of the highway, 35. And instead of her being charged, Anaya's father was instead charged, and this lady was let go. That is what happened, and we are just basically trying to get our story out there, because we do want to press charges against this lady for endangering the life of a child.
Yep, and her father Maurice was arrested, so he's dealing with charges now when he was just standing up for the rights of his daughter. So we also want to see those charges that he's facing dropped also. And again, can you guys put that before we get out of here, if you guys can put that Cash App out there one more time in your Facebook pages, so for anybody who wants to help.
Yep, it's here in the private chat. So there is our Cash App account.
And Jennifer Hyman said, out of New York, said restorative justice can happen alongside a criminal case.
Yes, yes.
Queen Mish said this system never stops. Alfonso Jr. said make a GoFundMe. Yup. So if you can get a GoFundMe set up today, we can share it.
We have someone in the process of making a GoFundMe account, and I will comment it after the video is posted. I'll put it down there in the comments below for people, and I'll also share it on Facebook.
No doubt. We got Alfonso Jr. saying, I'm sorry this happened. We will help. So again, Maurice had just paid his rent. And now this incident happened. So him and his daughter need some help immediately so they can be housed.
To go, if anyone is willing to help get a hotel room for them to stay tonight, we're not asking for money, but you guys can book online at bookings.com or Priceline, and we greatly appreciate it. Again, y'all can contact us through our Gmail, which has also been posted in the comments.
No doubt. So thank you guys for coming on. We're going to have you back. We're going to do part 3 so you can tell us about, keep us updated about what's going on and what else you need from the community so we can get justice for Anaya.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, just really, we can start by calling down there and demanding they drop those charges.
Drop the charges, no doubt. Thank you guys for joining us. We look forward to hearing back from you about any progress that has been made. Anaya, do you got any last words for us? So that was the family of Anaya, the little girl who was left on the side of Highway 35W. It says Reginald Dwayne Child says 2634 Russell Avenue North, St. Anne's Place, Heaven Housing. So that's a resource that will definitely connect them with. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in to another edition of the Trent Cruz Show. We just spoke with the family of Anaya, the 3-year-old black child who was left on the side of Highway 35W by a white woman. if the shoe was on the other foot, we know that things would have went drastically different. So I'm going to leave their Cash App information in the chat after this is over for anybody who wants to help them get back on their feet, and also call down to the St. Paul Police Department and to the county attorney, I think, to Ramsey County, and tell them to drop the charges against Maurice. Tune in Friday for another edition right here of the Trey and Cruz Show. And this Sunday, we'll be talking to Delshia Perry about the passage of the Hardell-Sherrill Act, which was signed into law not too long ago. And we have an event coming up October 2nd at the Selby Soundgarden. And again, if you haven't taken the St. Paul Recovery Act survey, go to www.stpaulrecoveryact.com and take the survey. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Trey and Cruz Show. Have a great weekend. Peace.